Oh, oh my gosh, I love positive masculinity. I was giving it the benefit of the doubt, but it just kept going down. Hey guys, welcome and welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Lucy. I am your Married AF relationship coach, and every week I share videos on how you can build long-lasting love and connection with your husband. If you enjoy this video, you can subscribe down below at any time, and if you want further support to build an amazing, healthy, long-lasting marriage, you can join the Married AF membership, which I will put all the details for below. This week I wanted to do something a little bit different, a little bit fun. I fell into a bit of a TikTok doom scroll, as you sometimes do, and I found some amazing and not so amazing relationship TikToks. And I'm not saying that I'm like the final authority on relationships, but my marriage is pretty fucking epic, and some of this relationship advice I would never recommend in my own marriage. I've collected some of the top trending relationship TikToks to react to, and we're gonna decide, is it good relationship advice or not? I'm mostly blind reacting to this, so we're just gonna dive straight in. Okay, so this one's basically saying forget all the bad things that have happened. I have a video coming up where I talk about where I used to cheat in relationships. That's not the sort of shit that you should be forgetting. So when Carl and I are working through issues, we work on them until they are resolved. So yes, people make mistakes, but you have to work on it long enough that you can move past it, and then it can't be used in future arguments. So you can't just forget all the bad shit that's happened because it might be enabling somebody to have really toxic behavior.
10 facts every woman should know. You shouldn't have to tell a grown-ass man how to love you. If he loves you the way he claims he does, then his actions should show it. Give no second chances. We men are fully aware of our actions. You're not asking too much. You're just asking the wrong man.
Okay, so some of these I love, especially that last one, like you're not asking too much. You might just be asking the wrong man. That's great. I definitely agree that if he loves you the way he says he does, his actions should reflect that. But some people do need to learn how to show that, especially in the right way. The one that I definitely wouldn't recommend to myself or clients, you shouldn't have to tell a grown-ass man how to love you. Pretty sure I tell Carl how to love me every single day, because this isn't a test. Like, we're already married, right? It's not like I have to hide the answers from him. I just tell him what I need, and then he steps up and does it. So I don't agree with that advice at all.
And my biggest advice to any single guy or anybody who even is in a relationship, if you can't talk to your partner, your girlfriend, your wife, your spouse about how you feel, and that you're sad and you're depressed and that you're scared, if you can't have that dialogue with them, then that is not the right person.
So what he's saying here is like, if you can't open up to your partner, then you're with the wrong person. This shit you have to learn. You have to learn how to communicate with your partner openly and in a healthy way. And if you've never learned how to do that before, it doesn't necessarily mean that you don't love your partner. It doesn't mean that they're completely wrong for you. It just means that you need to learn how to communicate. It's not the worst advice in the world if you think about it. Like, if you're afraid to open up to them, like if you don't feel safe with them, if you don't feel like they are trustworthy with your feelings and emotions, then yeah, they're maybe not up to par.
Here are 4 things you need to hear today. Number 1, be careful how much you tolerate. You are teaching them how to treat you. Stop tolerating the disrespect, stop tolerating the lack of communication, and stop tolerating the lack of love and affection. You are giving them the guide on how to treat you. Set your boundaries high and don't let nobody go past them.
Yeah, so he keeps going, talking about other more general life advice, but I would agree with this. I don't tolerate mediocre love. I don't tolerate mediocrity when it comes to the most important relationship in your life. Does that mean that you have to throw everything out if your partner makes a mistake or doesn't live up to those expectations like 100% of the time. No, but I don't tolerate mediocrity. Oh, this is like the most misogynistic thing I've seen all week. I was giving it the benefit of the doubt, but it just kept going down. This is slut shaming. I agree, sure. Like, in yourself, it is good to have high standards for what you want in a relationship. It is good to have high standards for what you expect from your partner. This is slut shaming, and we don't tolerate that here. Like, the fact that it's a man on a podcast saying this says pretty much everything. I'm not a big fan of traditional morality because I don't think that that exists, because social rules are all made up anyway, and I spent a lot of years undoing traditional purity culture because that's all that this is. So
what I have learned is love is not enough. Love is not enough for a long-term, committed, healthy relationship to fully work.
Oh, I love Lewis. He does have some really good stuff to say. I agree with this wholeheartedly, is that love is not enough. I deeply and am wildly obsessed and in love with my husband, of course, but we choose to love each other and meet each other's needs every single day, and that's the thing, and you'll hear that a lot, is that love is a choice. You have to choose to keep putting in that effort.
How do we know that the guy is the right guy?
When he is not with you, he can't breathe.
Oh, it's about him.
Yeah, it's about him. It's not you. You'll know.
Oh, no.
But what you got to do is make sure he feels that way about you. When you're away, he doesn't do well without you. He can't breathe good. He's not the same.
I love Steve Harvey so much. He's so funny and he has so many amazing things to say. Now, whether or not you buy into like soulmates or Mr. Right, I love this. Like, if you are married and you're not a little bit obsessed with your partner, like what are we even doing here? Like, what's the point of being married if you're not like deeply in love and want to be around your spouse all the time? I get asked a little bit about codependency. So this is where you lose your independence, where you can't make decisions apart from your partner. We also don't want like a man-child who can't look after himself if you're not there. We don't have time for adult male babies, and I hate that trope because my husband is so wildly capable of taking care of himself and being an adult. But I love this, and I think he should know, and I think he should notice when you are not there. Like, Carl and I don't sleep well when we're apart from each other, and I love that.
Basically, all I've told you guys to do is to put in some effort. And for some reason, for many of you out there, that seems to be totally incomprehensible, because I've had countless comments of guys saying, well, she should put in effort too. It's not all up to the guy. And I've told them straight to their face how weak that is. But they're still not getting it. And I can empathize with you because I once had that same mindset, but once I shifted it, it totally changed my relationship and my life. Because guess what, my friend? Last time I checked, the only person that you can control is you. You cannot control her. No matter how hard you try, no matter how many rules you lay down, no matter how many expectations that you have of her, she is not—
Oh my gosh. Oh, do you see how I can tell you what? Oh my gosh, I love positive masculinity. I love him like shutting people down, like put in some effort, like, and this is what we are all about like every single day, and that it's not emasculating to love your partner deeply and to put in effort, because at the end of the day you're the one that's going to be in a healthy relationship, not these people who think that they own someone else and can stop putting in effort once they're married. Like, love a bit of positive masculinity.
Not bound to you in any way. She is choosing to be with you, and guess what? You're choosing to be with her.
You know, when you like say I do and you're like getting married, you are saying, I'm trusting you to love me, I'm trusting you to meet my needs. And to get married and then stop putting in effort is basically giving all of that the proverbial middle finger.
Females love to draw emotion from men. They won't admit it, but they love to either make you angry.
The reason for that is that most females are not conscious. They're only identified. They're slaves to their emotions. That's why they treat their boyfriends or people based on their emotional state. And that's why they're not loyal friends, because they will always put their own emotions over their friends. And this is why they talk for hours with their female friends too, because they get hyped up, they get highs from emotions. It's not about the conversation. It's not even about what they say. They will say anything that will stir their emotions. So it's exactly like Tate says, when you do something, when you react, because they want to piss you off, right? They want to have the emotional power over you. So
Trying really hard to give this person the benefit of the doubt, but I'm looking at their other videos like, alright, okay. Oh god, that people actually are like this misogynistic. Thank you so much for joining me for a bit of a TikTok doom scroll. Let me know if you agreed or disagreed with any of this relationship advice, and I will see you in the next video.